Hey everybody, it's Lyn from Lyn's Crafts. This is the Love Fall Art event hosted by the Creative Arts Collaboration. And this is what I'm going to share a simple way to do today. And this is just a simple little spirit or goddess for wall hanging, or hanging from your rear view mirror, or in a window, or whatever. Alright, the one I'm going to do is going to be quite a bit different, but I've just got some brown Primo, and this is rolled out just with my acrylic roller because it's quite a bit thicker than the thickest setting on the pasta machine. Alright, I've just got the Sculpey Faces mold, and I like to use this size face right here. So I'll be molding one of those, and then I've just got a packet of fabric leaves. And these were 98 cents. And these may have actually come from the dollar store. Alright, so I've just got the leaf. And again, I'm just going to take my acrylic roller and give it a roll. It doesn't really matter whether it sticks down to the clay or anything else. I'm just trying to get an impression. Alright. Hopefully you can see that. Then I'm going to just take my craft knife and I'm just going to roughly go around the edges. It doesn't need to be exact, because of course a fall leaf is going to be really a rough shape anyway. Alright, and I would just continue on following along the impression and cut it out. Alright, now taking the face mold and just a little chunk of clay, and I'm going to fill the mold. And because this mold is hollow on the back, you can't really place it down and mash the clay into it. You've got to support the back of it with your hand in order to get a good impression. Alright. And then I just take my clay blade and I just put a piece of washi tape on the back. I learned that from Patty Parrish, and it works like a dream. Your blade is still flexible, but you can immediately tell which side is the blade side. Just slice the extra clay off the back. And then flex the mold slightly to get your clay piece to pop out. You can dust the mold with cornstarch or baking powder, baking soda, or a little Pearl-Ex powder, or whatever your choice is, to get it to come out of the mold cleaner. Normally you won't have it stick like this, and I have no idea what's in the mold to make it stick like that. But I could have got a cleaner mold. So I'm gonna put it back in there. Let's see if I can get it to come out cleaner. It could be nothing more than I've just gotten it a little too warm. Because yes, if fall ever gets here, it may be a miracle. There we go. Came out much cleaner the second time. Alright, and what I would do is bake the face first, because that makes it much easier to apply to the leaf. So I'm going to pause and bake this, and then I'll be back. Alright, and while that's baking, I'm going to share a little tip that I don't even know if I've ever shared before. Just take a piece of saran wrap, a plastic bag, whatever, and put it on top of your clay, holding the plastic or bag down. Just go over the edges with your finger. I'm sorry, I'm jiggling the camera. Alright, ignore the white bits, but this will remove the sharper edges without putting your fingerprints into the clay. Alright. I get asked that a lot of times, how do you keep your fingerprints out of the clay? And in most instances, I don't worry about my fingerprints because they're my fingerprints. You know that I made it because it has my fingerprints in it. Alright, at this point I've got some of these primary elements, which are really similar to like a Pearl-Ex powder or a Perfect Pearls, but it doesn't have the binder in it like the Perfect Pearls does. So I need a soft brush, and this just happens to be the one that I use quite often. You could bake this and then use Inca Golds on it, and that would help bring out some of the detail of the leaf. But I'm just gonna give this a try and see what I think. I'm not going for a full coverage, just a little okay, I'm not going for anything with this one, but this one is very chunky. Alright, I won't be using this one. This one was the spiced pumpkin. I'm going to go with the golden nugget instead. And this one almost has a holographic look to it. It's really pretty. And once again, I'm not looking for complete coverage. Alright, and then this one is the nutmeg. Let's see if I can lift it up. Alright, just to add a little glitter touches here and there. Sparkly touches. And then just to give a little bit more definition to some of those main veins. Alright. Then I'm going to decide where I want my holes to hang the piece with. I could put a hole just at the top. I could put a hole on the sides. I could put a hole at the bottom for something to dangle from. I've got a lot of choices. Alright, so I'm gonna bake the face and I'll be back. Alright, while we're waiting on the face to bake, this is a mold by Sculpey. And it's available at almost all the craft stores, and it's also available from Sculpey Products Online, I believe it is. It's a really great mold, but it's not oven safe. The mica powders like this are best used on raw clay because they will stick to the clay. And then when you bake them, they're baked to the surface. They will still need to be sealed, and that just keeps them from getting scratched off or worn off after, you know, a period of time of wear. So what I'm wanting to show you, this is a bag of chunks of polymer clay that I've chopped up, and I did these years ago, probably getting on 6 or 7 years ago. Alright, and it's just chopped up clay mixed with microfine glitter. And I'm gonna make a mess. I just know it, but alright. This glitter, this clay is almost rock hard for clay. It's pretty firm, but that's a good thing. I'm gonna try to do a faux Jersey stone, and I've done these before, but I don't think I've done it on video. So you just want to chop it up where it's pretty fine, still chunky, but pretty fine. If you leave it too chunky, it will look a little too fake, and it will look fake anyway. A Drizzy stone just has that kind of almost fake look to it. Alright, and you can just see how pretty that will be. Now if you're worried about it sticking to the clay, you could always put some bacon bond or something down first. That would help to glue it to the clay. I'm not too worried about it sticking, although maybe I should be. Alright. Might need a hole. Alright, and then I will bake this also separately. Before I add it to the bottom of the leaf. Alright, here's the face out of the oven. And I had put some Emperor's Gold mica powder on it before I put it in the oven. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this Sculpey Bacon Bond on the back. And all that does is to ensure that I don't have to put too much pressure on the face when I'm putting it onto the leaf, because the leaf is still unbaked. It's still raw. The face is baked. Alright. You can put it wherever you want it. Now you can add some little tendrils of clay, some swirls. You could add all kinds of detail right now at this point before you bake this piece. I'm not going to do that because I'm going to come back and add some glitter glue, some stickles, after it's baked. Alright, so I'm going to bake this and I'll be back. Alright, here it is baked with the face on. I've put a coat of satin glaze on it. And here's what it will look like. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to antique it a little bit. So I've got my Deco Art gel stain in ebony, and this is the satin glaze I used. It's not Studio by Sculpey. That's just the container that it's in. It's actually Rust-Oleum Ultimate Polyurethane. It just came from the hardware store. Alright. And it's the water-based version. You always want to use water-based products with clay, with very few exceptions. I've just got mine needs to go in the trash brush. It's got very few hairs left on it. And I just want to go fill in. I'm sorry, I went back before I stuck it in the oven with my flourish stamp. And I apologize for not showing that. Alright. Alright, I've just got a baby wipe, just one of the no-name kind from the dollar store. And I want to wipe most of it away, just not all of it. Alright, that's about what I want. Okay. And this, I also put a coat of the gloss glaze on it. That turned out so pretty. And I will come back and do a tutorial on how I did that, if you'd like to see it. Alright. So that's basically it, other than I would put another coat of the satin glaze after that gel stain dries, and then possibly do a little swirly cue or two with a little bit of stickles. Alright, and then I'd do some wire wrapping and some beads, or some wire work and some beads. I'll come back and show it to you when it's finished. Okay, here she is finished. And I absolutely love it. These have been so fun, and I'll come back and share another video of all the ones that I've done. But aren't these cute, just for a little wall hanging or an ornament? Super fun. Alright, I just did a little of the glitter glue or stickles. This one happens to be copper stickles. Alright, with the little faux druzy at the bottom. And again, and I'll come back and share another tutorial on how I did that. Alright. Cute, cute, cute. I shall holler at y'all later. Bye now.